Whoa, boys, look at this! It's finally here! What is up, guys? Vimal here, back with a new video. Today, I'm like super excited. A lot of people were like eagerly waiting for the newer Gen 60 class GPUs to come to the market, and Nvidia has finally announced their 5060 series cards, guys. So they've actually launched like 3 different variants. You're getting the regular 5060, and in the 5060 Ti edition, you're getting 2 variants, one with 8GB VRAM and the other one with 16GB VRAM. Today in the home, we got our hands on MSI's RTX 5060 Ti, and that too, this is the Gaming Trio OC edition, guys. And today we're gonna put this card to a test, do variety of benchmarks, gaming tests at different resolutions, 1080p, 1440p and 4K as well. And not to miss out on the newer Gen 50 series cards, you're getting support for DLSS 4.0, multi-frame generation, and the card also comes with like much faster GDDR7 memory, right? So I'm like pretty excited to see what sort of performance you can expect. We'll talk about all the details, guys. We'll tell you about the pricing details as well, market availability, so make sure to watch it till the end. 60 class cards are like very popular, especially with all the budget gamers out there, because it offers like a sweet spot between performance and price ratio, right? Not now, I've been seeing it from the 30 series, 40 series also. Plenty of people wait for the 60 class card and then go for that. So today in this video, as I've told you, we'll do a bit of comparison as well and see how much of performance uplift you will get compared with the previous Gen 4060 Ti. Now I'll be getting my hands on the regular 5060 also very soon, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. Alright, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's quickly get started with the video. Now today we won't be doing any sort of unboxing. We'll directly get to the GPU, talk about the design, build quality, specs and configuration, and obviously the benchmarks. So as I've told you, Nvidia's all new 50 series cards are based on their Blackwell architecture, featuring 5th gen tensor cores, 4th gen ray tracing cores, to miss out new streaming multiprocessors as well. Combine all of that with a much faster GDDR7 memory. So today in the home, we got our hands on MSI's RTX 5060 Ti, that to the Gaming Trio OC edition. And this is a beautiful looking triple fan GPU featuring 16GB GDDR7 memory. Today in the home, we have the 16GB variant. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on the 8GB, but maybe in the future or in the coming days, I'll definitely get my hands on the other variant as well and try to show you what sort of performance difference you're gonna get in real world gaming. But anyways, today we'll be talking about this particular card. So as I've told you, MSI's Gaming Trio OC is a beautiful looking GPU, guys. And despite being a triple fan card, right, it's only around like 300mm length and comes with a 2-slot design, so that makes it like very comfortable installing it in most of your PC cases. Not an issue at all. On board, you're getting MSI's Tri-Frozer 4 thermal design featuring 3 Stormforce fans, and each of these fans has like a 7-blade design with a circular arc. And not to miss out, you're also getting Zero Frozer technology. So that means if there is no load on the GPU, right, fans will not spin, so you'll basically get no sound from the GPU. Overall build quality is nice. It's like a mix between metal and polycarbonate, and not to miss out, you're getting plenty of RGB elements on the front and side profile. You see these claw streaks on the front? Well, this is completely RGB illuminated, and not to miss out, the MSI Dragon logo on the right is also RGB backlit illuminated, guys. And the whole RGB lighting can be easily synced and controlled using MSI's Mystic lighting software. On board, you're getting decent block of heatsink, that too with nickel plated copper base, and not to miss out, square shaped core pipes to keep the thermals in check. At the backside, you're getting full metal backplate with a cutout for air circulation, and I love that MSI Dragon logo at the top side, guys. Definitely gives you that funky sort of look. On board, you're getting 3 DP ports and 1 HDMI port for the IO connectivity. So most of the 5060 Ti cards are coming with like one 8-pin power supply requirement, but this one is OC edition, right? So MSI has gone for like 16-pin power connector. So if you do not have support for that, nothing to worry. In the box, you're also getting 2 8-pin to 16-pin power connector, basically an adapter, so you can use that as well, get your job done. Now let me first tell you about the specs and configuration of the brand new RTX 5060 Ti and also do a bit of comparison with its siblings and previous Gen 4060 Ti. Our variant of the GPU features 16GB GDDR7 VRAM clocked at 28GB PS and comes with a 128-bit memory bus width. This is actually based on Nvidia's GB206 GPU and features 4608 CUDA cores. The base clock frequency is 2407 MHz, and since ours is the OC edition, right, so you're getting slightly higher boosted clock frequency of around 2647 MHz. Not to miss out, the TDP of this card is rated at 180 watt. So ideally, I believe a 600 watt power supply should be sufficient, guys, will get your job done. So that's it, our complete specs and configuration of the GPU. So before we move on to the benchmarks and check out the gaming performance, right? First of all, let me talk about the test event setup I'll be using today to put this GPU to a test. So today in the home, we have the 5060 Ti OC edition from MSI, right? That is the reason I went for AMD's Ryzen 7000 series X3D chipset, guys. The Ryzen 7 7800 X3D, a very well balanced CPU, I would say, and is optimized for gaming, right? So we're gonna get some really good results over here. Pair that with an X870E motherboard from MSI, and not to miss out, I'm also going for like 64 GB of G-Skill Trident Z5 RGB RAM clocked at 6000 MHz. So whole thing is powered by a 650 watt power supply. So that's it. These are all the spec list and the complete PC configuration that we'll be using to test out this new GPU from MSI. And without wasting any more time, let's get started. At the beginning only, I've told you, right, 5060 Ti was mainly targeted for like high refresh rate 1080p gaming, or you can do like good 1440p gaming. Entry level 4K is also possible, but we'll try to play games at different resolutions, and I'll show you what sort of performance we'll get. So you people will get like a detailed idea on the performance of the 5060 Ti. I'm actually adding brand new AAA games to our benchmarking list, guys, and including GTA 5 Enhanced Edition as well, because in my last review, I got lots of comments asking me, like, Vimal bro, can you also add the new GTA 5 Upgrade Edition as well? We want to see how does the game perform with ray tracing on the newer gen GPUs. Starting off our benchmark is Cyberpunk 2077. Now you people know, right, Cyberpunk 2077 is a very graphic intensive game and puts a lot of load on the hardware. So we're playing the game at 1080p resolution, very high graphics preset, and in this particular test, ray tracing, DLSS, multi-frame generation, all of these NVIDIA technologies are turned off. I want to show you the raw rasterization performance of this card, and as you people can see, on an average we were getting around like 105 to 110 FPS, guys, triple digit FPS at 1080p, very high graphics preset, no upscaling technologies, nothing like that. But let's actually enable all NVIDIA technologies including ray tracing at ultra setting, and then see what sort of results we'll get at 1080p resolution. Oh wow, are you people looking at that? Now this is the kind of performance I was looking forward to on the 60 class GPUs. 225 to 230 FPS on an average, all thanks to DLSS and multi-frame generation set to 4x. Mind you, ray tracing was also enabled and set to ultra preset. So pretty good performance and consistent results is what I can say. Now obviously 5060 Ti could easily handle 1080p level gaming, but the main question is, how does it handle 1440p gaming? So let's quickly bump up the resolution to 1440p, graphics preset still set to very high only, and in this first particular test I want to show you the raw rasterization performance, native performance, no NVIDIA technologies, no ray tracing, nothing turned on. So as you people can see, on an average we were getting around like 65 to 70 FPS. Not bad, I would say, guys. We're still getting like a consistent 60 plus results only, even at 1440p native resolution. Quickly enabling ray tracing at 1440p very high, no upscaling technology, no frame generation as well. And as you people can see, on an average we were getting around like 30 to 35 FPS. Now obviously ray tracing is like quite taxing on the hardware, right? Frame rate would obviously come down. This is where NVIDIA's DLSS and multi-frame generation comes into play. Simply enable DLSS 4.0 transformer model. Along with that, also enable multi-frame generation set to either 3x or 4x depending on your monitor resolution and refresh rate, and bam! Now this is the kind of difference I'm talking about, guys. I mean, look at the massive improvement we are getting from 30-35 FPS straight to almost like 170 to 175 FPS, guys. Buttery smooth performance. It's actually pretty impressive, guys, considering the 40 series GPU, right? There the 4060 Ti could never offer these sort of results at 1440p resolution. Let me just quickly bump up the resolution to 4K, graphics also set to very high preset, and we are not using any NVIDIA technologies. I want to show you the raw native performance of this GPU. As expected, 4K definitely is a bit overkill for the 60 class GPUs. Roughly we were getting around like 28 to 30 FPS. As I've told you guys, 5060 Ti is not made for 4K gaming. I mean, you can try playing it with the DLSS and also multi-frame generation enabled, but native performance is not that great. Not just Cyberpunk, I've also played many other AAA titles like Assassin's Creed, Spider-Man 2 as well, GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, and on the overall I was actually getting like pretty good and consistent results at both 1080p and 1440p resolution. So right now we are playing GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, and you people know, right, with the recent free upgrade, you're getting support for ray tracing, NVIDIA DLSS, and also reflex technology as well. It was definitely a sweet upgrade. I mean, look at the graphics over here, guys. You're getting major improvements in the shadows, ambient occlusion, global illumination, and all of this definitely gives a fresh feel to GTA 5. So we'll be playing this game also at different resolutions. Right now we're playing the game at 1440p, very high graphics preset, and ray tracing is also enabled, set to high profile. DLSS is also set to balanced profile, and on an average with these sort of settings, right, we were getting around like 155 to 160 FPS. 5060 Ti was totally killing it with the GTA 5 enhanced edition, guys. Muska smooth experience is what I can say. Now let's actually enable 4K on this game and see if it can handle it. 4K resolution, very high graphics preset. Again, ray tracing is also enabled, set to high. DLSS is set to balance. So here with this sort of preset, we were roughly getting around like 80 to 85 FPS, guys. Not bad at all. GTA 5 enhanced edition is very well optimized and playable on the 5060 Ti, even at 4K very high graphics preset. So pretty nice and consistent results is what I can say. Last but not the least, let's also play Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong is also like a super intense game, guys. Souls-like game, I would say, and is very hard to play. I've been stuck on this level since last couple of days and haven't been able to proceed only to the next level. But yeah, this is what it is. So we'll be playing this game also at different resolutions. First test, we're playing the game at 1440p resolution, very high graphics preset, no ray tracing, DLSS set to balance, and as I've told you, Black Myth Wukong is like very graphic intensive, puts a lot of load on the hardware, right? So there is no option to turn off upscaling technology. You'll have to play it with either FSR or DLSS enabled. So with this sort of settings, we were roughly getting around like 80 to 85 FPS. Quickly enabling ray tracing, set to medium profile, and frame generation also enabled. Now we were getting around like 70 to 75 FPS. This was again at 1440p resolution, guys. So even if you enable ray tracing also, nothing to worry about. You can easily play games like this with a consistent 60 to 70 FPS. And at 1080p resolution, obviously you're gonna get slightly higher results only. Even with ray tracing, DLSS frame generation enabled, you will still get around like 80 to 85 FPS. Overall performance of the 5060 Ti definitely seems like quite promising, guys. Now the only question is what the pricing of this card would be. Now let's also do a bit of comparisons with the previous gen cards and nearby competitors and basically give you an idea where does this 5060 Ti stand in today's market. So if you compare it with the previous gen 4060 Ti, right, we've played similar AAA games at same sort of settings at 1080p and 1440p, and on an average found that the 5060 Ti is roughly around 19 to 20% faster, guys. A decent gen to gen performance uplift is what I can say. If you actually compare it to the 30 series cards, right, the new 5060 Ti would sit somewhere between 3070 Ti and 3080. So that kind of performance you can get over here. But if you compare the 5060 Ti with the 4070, right, then the 5060 Ti is actually a bit slower, roughly around like 9 to 10%. So 4070 is only still faster. I thought the 5060 Ti would be, offering similar 4070 level of experience, but that was not the case during my testing. More than the raw rasterization performance, Nvidia this year is only showcasing like AI performance upgrade. I mean, include that DLSS 4 multi frame generation and all of that. If you count that, right, obviously you're gonna get like huge improvement, but as I've told you, it's all done using AI, guys, not like the raw real hardware performance. Now if you actually ask how much of performance difference is there between the 5060 Ti and its sibling 5070, right, then 5070 is much faster than the 5060 Ti, guys, by almost like 28 to 30%. And the main reason for that, despite having lower VRAM, is higher number of CUDA cores and obviously more number of ROPs. Higher the ROPs and higher TDP you have, obviously GPU will be that much faster, guys. It's like proportional. So a lot of people were like skeptical and confused which one to go for, 5060 Ti or 5070, because the 5060 Ti is also available in 16 GB, whereas 5070 only had like 12 gigs of VRAM, right? But if you actually check out real life performance and play AAA games, right, 5070 is much faster than the 5060 Ti. As I've told you, 28 to 30% faster across 7 to 8 different AAA games that I've tested. See, especially if you're like a content creator or maybe you're into productivity, you do a lot of rendering, 3D stuff, right? For you guys, right, having higher amount of VRAM is quite essential. And to be a bit on the future proof side, 12 GB is not sufficient, guys. Even in case if you're considering for 8 GB variant of the 5060 Ti, right, I would definitely recommend going to the 16 GB edition or the 8 GB model just to be a bit on the future proof side. Also, have a look at the PC stats at the top left corner. You'll get an idea on the GPU utilization, the current clock speeds, how much power the GPU is drawing, and obviously the GPU thermals as well. Today in the home, we have the Gaming Trio OC edition from MSI, right? And MSI has actually done a really good job with the thermal management. I mean, look at this. Despite heavy gaming loads for long sessions also, even up to like 40-45 minutes as well, the GPU is roughly fluctuating around like 61-62 degrees centigrade. Max I saw was only around like 63 or 64, guys. Didn't go beyond that. So the card definitely has a good thermal design. Kudos to the MSI team. So that is pretty much it, guys. Our detailed benchmarks and gaming tests on the brand new RTX 5060 Ti 16GB edition. Now I'm quite curious to check out the 8GB edition, guys. You people know, right? There are two variants available in the 5060 Ti. Now right now I don't have the 8GB edition, but I will be getting that very soon. So I want to see what kind of performance we'll get over there. Anyways, moving on, let me tell you about the pricing details. I know you people have been waiting for this part, right? So Nvidia has launched the 5060 Ti at a reasonable price point, guys. In fact, comparing to the previous gen, the price has been reduced by almost $70. In the US market, the 8GB edition costs around $379, whereas the 16GB 5060 Ti costs around $429. Now, if you roughly convert that to INR, the 16GB edition should ideally cost around 37,000-38,000 rupees, but I'm pretty sure that is not the case in reality. You'll have to add GST, taxes, and all of that. So I believe this card will go for around 45 to 50,000 rupees in the Indian market. So what do you people think about the pricing or even the performance of this card? Do share your thoughts in the comment section down below. So that's it. If you all enjoyed watching it and got all the information you're looking at, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.